Okay, there we go.
These walls can talk. Open your mind and listen.
Trailing down these hollow halls, can you hear me? Staring down these story walls, can you see me?
Oh, see, it automatically comes on.
There you go.
There you go. First technical problem. And if I did say so myself, I wanted to let you all know Fiona is to blame for any technical issues because Fiona is the holder of the mouse and she does all these wonderful graphics. And I am the holder of the show notes. If you look how technical that they are and headed to production, this will also be broadcast on Spotify and Anchor when it's all done and said and I upload it. I want to thank you to the 25th episode of the CHAPS Darkside. It's kind of a reintroduction, and this is on a new platform. We're broadcasting live on the YouTube I Want to Believe channel, on our CHAPS Paranormal YouTube channel, and our CHAPS Facebook fan page. We were invited by Mr. Peter Wren to get on the channel and whatever that is of our show. So my name is Dave. This is my daughter Fiona, who in the last 2 years has become part of the team. Don't let the age fool you. She's been raised around me squawking about this for about 30 years, considering she's nowhere near 30 years old. So what I wanted to do is kind of reintroduce the team. We'll introduce each other in a moment. And to the podcast. One of the things to speak about this podcast is that it's going to be pretty frank discussion. I'm not really short of opinion, and I'm not really into ass kissing. So I'm not going to get on here and be all frou-frou about people. And we're certainly, as a team, we're pragmatic. We are, I don't know if you want to call that Sherlock Holmes-ish. We're pragmatic. We try to work by logic. We are not a scientific team. I'm going to say that right off the bat. We're just going to let this show sort of flow the way that it's going to go. Right? That bloody rhymed. I just thought I'd say that. I'm pretty incredible. Science-based teams. Unfortunately, I think that particular term is kind of tossed around a bit much these days about how people are scientists or scientists, but there are indeed scientists that are on teams.
Yeah, but I don't think you can really call yourself a scientific team unless you've really studied the parapsychology. That would be the really only time you could include science. And that's even so pseudoscience at that point.
It is a pseudoscience. I think when I know teams that are closer to the scientific method, but they study trends.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things I remember saying years ago when we did investigations with these teams like CPRI, who does things in a very sciencey way. And I had a tough go with it, right? Because, they would say, I don't know, for example, they investigate a place, 100 times. And in those 100 times, they've got data loggers that are, every 2 seconds they're doing a new reading, and it comes up with over 5 years there's been a 3-degree difference in the human index. And I honestly don't know what to do with that information, so call that ignorance, right? Mine's pragmatism, and generally speaking, most of our clients want us to come in, figure, and give them what we have as an opinion, which is all it is, guys. It's all an opinion. This is not a science.
Well, patterns and stuff are only really useful when it comes to meta-analyses. And then you can say, 70% of the time we saw this, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not going to impact your opinion of it.
How about the fact is that what we are doing as a team, as most of our teams, is we are tossing sand into the wind and hoping that something comes up. There's no expert in the paranormal. There are people that are experienced in researching it, but there's no expert in what we do or it shouldn't be called an expert. because really, there's no bloody proof that any of this exists. Not one of us have proven a damn thing, and we get laughed at by the science community. So just want to put that out there about the science card. I don't generally play the science card. You'll also find as a team, we don't really get into the whole crypto UFO thing. This is not because I do not find, or we do not find cryptos not either cute, nor interesting, nor whatever. It's the fact is that our team, for the most part, is based in the Greater Toronto area. There's just not a lot of friggin' there's a lot of people that I guess you would consider cryptids walking around like they're cracked out and all covered in heroin and stuff. But I mean, there's certainly no Sasquatch walking around downtown Oshawa.
No, it's definitely like a middle of nowhere kind of
right
thing.
So I'm supposed if I lived somewhere up in Timmins or whatever, I might look at that a little bit differently. Also, I've got hey from Ottawa, I've got a lot more to do, I think, with the realm of trying to find spirit than trying to find Bigfoot or Sasquatch. And we will do shows on this. We're going to do shows on cryptids and UFOs, but we're going to bring on guests to talk to the topic, because I am in no way an expert or even a semi-learned. I'm a moron.
Yeah,
I'm a moron.
You've never focused on
I've never focused on it ever. I know that one of my co-workers that runs a branch up in Sudbury had called me and said, we're going to go Sasquatching when you come up. And I thought, like, this dude's like 6'6" and 430. I'm not going Sasquatching with anybody in the woods that's that big. See, like when I talk about going to look for Sasquatch, what I call it is a hike. It's the technical term for a hike. I'm actually going out and trying to find a Sasquatch, right? But again, Sasquatch, UFO, everything else is something else that science laughs at that we have never been able to prove, right? So it is what it is. We also, so we don't get into that. We don't get our team does not get into the psychics. This is not due to lack of knowledge based on that. It is really what we want to be left with is, obviously, as a pragmatic team, we want to be left with some kind of evidence that we can't figure out, right? I mean, it's not a matter of hating psychics. I don't know. Hate's a strong word.
It's a lot of modern day psychics aren't the same as like OG paranormal psychics. That's the thing.
OG.
Like original.
OG.
Like, okay.
Like, are we talking like a Snoop Dogg psychic?
No, like
Grandmaster Flash.
No, like,
What the fuck is an OG psychic?
Not like, okay, not current psychics.
So just they're older psychics?
Yes, like psychics from like one, like.
Dead?
Okay, clearly.
Do they have to be
clearly
dead?
They'd be dead by now. No, but just.
So for my history, just to throw out there, I grew up in the spiritualist church. My mother founded or co-founded one of the spiritualist churches here. I grew up doing psychic training, going to the University of Spiritual Sciences, leading meditation groups, all that kind of noise, right? Been there, done that. Got the postcard, the shirt, the hat, the whole bit. However, that being said, again, it is yes, we did say dead psychics. What the fuck was that? Okay, well, something just fell apart in our room. So we better get our equipment out. The podcast is over, guys.
Time to start an investigation.
So I think, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to quantify.
Exactly.
Hard to quantify.
Yes, they can't be scientifically proven.
So we did have a medium on our team moons ago, 15 years ago. We had Donalda. Look, I got to be partial on that. Donalda managed to say some things to me that, no, there wasn't I hear that all the time. Oh, there's no way they could have ever known this. But she did, and I'll get into that the night that we speak about psychics and have a psychic on. Right. But it's the unfortunate thing that we just don't play that gig, right? I don't do psychic kids. I don't do psychic dogs. My dog isn't psychic. I think my cat is.
A 12-year-old that can tell the future.
Well, the 12-year-old knows that they're going to get some kind of social assistance in the future if they're from Oshawa. And then I'm not making fun of Oshawa like that.
Psychics.
Psychotics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. that-
So, I mean, I'm going to be quite frank about a lot of the stuff, and you're going to see that that's going to be a constant tone of the way I come across with things, be that Howard Stern, Simon Cowell-ish. I'm not concerned if I'm actually hurting anybody's feelings. Everybody knows how I feel about things if they've been watching me for a couple of years. But yeah, we're going to come up on that kind of stuff. And once we've talked about ourselves, we're going to open this up to discussion. Over the years also to say we've been really a big team to fight show teams. If you're out there to make things, I know that I had instances with a Mr. Bag years ago in a graveyard where he was explaining to me that we needed to charge. Helen, we'll be talking about, that's my sister on there telling me to do something. You shut up. We'll talk about technology another time. Hold on, wait. So we had a discussion and he was explaining to me that we needed to charge more money for what we did. This was after explaining to the crowd that was at the cemetery that had gathered, that paid $25 a head to talk to them about the light rods and how the light rod people were in the back of the graveyards. That's where they hung out there in the schoolyards. So I proceeded to let him know what I thought about him. I think he thought that paranormal unity meant that we all agreed and so and so. But that's not the case. We do disagree. I do disagree. Sorry, guys, if you're going to come to me or my daughter, because if she agrees with somebody on this and she's off the team, like orbs, okay, orbs, guys, don't email me with your orbs. All right. In 27 years of research, I've never come across an orb. I will say we will have shows coming up on future about the silly, ridiculous tools that we use. I don't think anything we use actually works per se, but I mean, some of them work much worse. And we'll talk about really what it is in this business is that people and teams out there want to give quick satisfaction. Any investigators would you compare yourself to? Oh, that's really good. How'd you do that, Fiona?
Okay.
I told you she's the techie.
Hi, Mom.
So how I don't know if I compare myself to anybody as a team. Like, I mean, if you're talking about like comparing the TV shows, probably Ghost Hunters is probably the closest that we would have as a team. But again, like they also have production quality is what they have to come up with. You can't put a show on with no evidence. And we've been contacted by a number of production houses over the years and asked if we would fabricate evidence, to which case I said no. As far as I'm concerned, it is integrity above all. And unfortunately, it's made us rather unpopular in the production business that we aren't willing to do that. But you know what the thing is that TV shows end. And when they're over, you're either seen as a joke or somebody who's, yeah, Robert, I love orbs too. Robert's one of our favorite people. We go down and see Robert. We're trying to figure out a way to get down and go see him. But you know what? When we go down, if you look at our videos, last time we investigated with Robert was at a place called Bacon's Castle, which is like, I don't know, 600 trillion years old. It's the oldest building in North America or the world or something. In Virginia at that point in time was like 116 degrees. That's not shit either. Like it really was 116 degrees. When people talk about, floating in their pants and that noise because of all the sweat between their legs. It was very much, it was a very fluid affair.
Hi, Kay.
So yeah, that's us as a team, right? You know what I mean? It's kind of the way it is. We're kind of a basic team, and we like to have a good time. I'm not really worried about offending it. Can I come with you guys when you do? It depends. Where are you? We do take guests out once in a while. Yeah, so will the heat change the equipment you use? Yes, it can. If you check out my 101 videos on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I did videos on cold and heat and how it will affect things. Cold affects it a little bit more, but sometimes that even comes down to just having fogging up on your lens. Heat changes investigators more. like cold does. Not equipment so much. Do we have another question up here somewhere
He's in-
before we start introducing ourselves?
He's in Scarborough.
Scarborough. Yeah, we do Toronto. I will say that as of late, it's not like we have a raft of investigations.
I was gonna say,
We're not doing like
it's been a lot of background work right now.
yeah, we used to do about 75 investigations a year between our offices. Now, just to throw things out there, we've kind of crushed things down to a single office now, most of us being in GTA. And we've got three investigations solid in the next 6 weeks, and then beyond. I think we have another one we're doing Fort Henry. We'll see what happens after that. We don't want to like make too many commitments and the world falls apart.
Well,
again.
that's the thing. We book all this time off, and then shit got canceled.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is. So like our team has been no, we have not done the Elgin. We have a member of our team that is in touch with the Elgin Winter Theater, but we haven't got anything yet. A lot of places like that are just like right now. So as far as being like going on guesting, keep an eye on our page. We talked about upcoming. So investigations all the time. I'm missing like 6 teeth in my top row. This is why I can't talk properly anymore.
how are we getting investigations?
They email us.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll honestly like the next 2 that we're doing, which are my townhouse again. And this was really to get some experience in there for some people. We have some newer members. We just wanted to kind of like shake the COVID rust off. And then, well, Flavio, if you can do it, if you've got connections, we'll do it. And you're more than happy to be there. I know you've been following us for years. And we go to my sister's place. She contacted me and said that she's got some weird crap going on. So that's awesome. Ironically, we live in the same complex, right? Like we're in Oshawa, so everybody's white trash here. So we all live in townhouses. And she's just up the way. And then after that, we are doing a tavern up in the Ottawa Valley. No, I will not give out exactly where that is.
Which we did the legwork for. We contacted them.
Well, our newest member,
Yes, our newest
Sandra
member
did.
did, but as a team.
And it's going to be a great investigation. And Virginia waits, but we will be doing that in like a May or a September.
We're talking about it, Robert.
We are talking about it. I was talking about it with Fifi last night. So yeah, I'm just going to go through my thing. Butt kissing. Yeah, we're going to stay away from butt kissing. I will be very open and honest. I don't care about libel because I'll say that these are my opinions, not the opinions of CHAPS. Okay, like if you're going to come on here and be all goo goo gaga over, Kat, I've actually got one that's requesting an investigation up in Petawawa, and I know that you're in Petawawa, so that may be an opportunity to join forces. I know that some guests that we're going to have upcoming to this show. I hope to have Robin Terry back on from Ashmore Estates. He's like the most awesome guy in the world. Robert Bradley, again, I want to have back on. No. You don't have a Wicked or video, Flavio, because there's no such thing. Now you're going to put that up? That's not nice to him.
I won't put it up.
Okay. You know what?
He's a clown.
You know what?
Robert.
We're going to get a few people that we've had in the past, and I think I'm going to get Ken Gerhard on here. Chatting with Jason Hawes, that sort of stuff. We'd like to get some people now that we can do. I don't know if anybody remember watching the show, but I actually had a video camera in the background that would videotape me talking to somebody on the screen, and then I would blend the 2 together and put them on a video. It was really shitty. Well, now we actually have the opportunity that we can do a split screen and invite people on, which is like totally next tech.
Oh yeah, I was trying to upload videos to Instagram. I didn't exactly want to upload a video of you video recording your screens. So I didn't.
I only ever owned a phone when my company paid for it. So I don't even know anything about technology, unfortunately. My wife taught me how to use half the stuff. I'm just a talker.
You really make yourself sound about 95 years old.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, just to talk about that. So I'm 51, or I'm almost just about 51. Normal tradition, you always age yourself the 90 days in advance. And I was at the gym and I was asking this has nothing to do with the paranormal, by the way.
Okay.
But I was asking about what exercises to do on what devices. And I said on the treadmill I could be doing some jogging, and what the little bitch said. Oh, sorry, did I say that? What the young woman said that wasn't very nice was, well, sir, at your advanced age, you're probably going to, do more hurt than good. And I thought, like, advanced age?
I don't get carded.
I'm not
anymore.
advanced.
I don't know. I don't get carded anymore. So,
So as you can tell, I'm not really worried about my mouth. And we will have very unpopular opinions on this show. So if that's what you're trying to get in here for. So Fiona's going to introduce herself now while I look at the user notes and see what else I need to talk about.
Okay. So I am 22 years old. I am about to graduate with a degree in forensic psychology and criminology. I only joined the team about a year and a half ago-ish, but I've been involved with the paranormal since like childhood. I've been on guest investigations from 14 and up, but like
We used her as bait, and that's not a lie.
No, yeah,
That's not a lie.
We investigated a place near Lindsay, and I did a solo at like 13, 14 years old, because the claims were of just a child that
A troubled child.
a troubled child, which I was, and so I used my time to see if I could relate to this child, to see if we could get any evidence or anything. But so I've just always been involved with it. I feel very heavy around spiritual areas. Yes, I'm the Canadian Satori Hawes.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Like when I visit my brother at the cemetery, it's like 10 times the weight on my shoulders. So I like to attribute that to just spirituality in general. But I'm still very much pragmatic in general. I'm not one of those, my orb is my Uncle John kind of person. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm Uncle John.
you missed the point there.
Oh, no, I'm just saying,
Okay, so your Uncle Ross.
You have an Uncle Peter.
I have an Uncle Peter.
He's alive.
But yes, so that's me. I love investigating. I am the social media director of CHAPS, and it sounds super lame, but I love the DVR. I take the best notes. I'm a photographer as a hobby, so I don't like doing the photography for the team because it's just a different type of photography. So I sit back behind the scenes and document everything. So.
All right. Well, this is all very true with her. And it's a good thing because, as you'll see, we're going to fight for time to talk, right? She's chatty. I'm chatty. Now, of course, she's a big DVR lover, but unfortunately, because COVID has done what COVID has done, it's shredded our team down to knuckles and chicken wings. I don't even know what the hell that just meant. But anyway, she's going to have to get in front of the camera at some point in time.
I do solos, so it's not that I'm not keen to go in front of the camera. I just enjoy being able to see everything all at once.
So you're a control freak.
Yeah.
Well, your mother's online, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, both trees.
I'm not a control freak.
Okay.
So me. All right. So I'm going to say it the way she said it. I'm 51 years old. I'm Oshawa born and bred, and I founded CHAPS in 2005. Had been investigating for a number of years prior to that. Got me involved with 1994 was a big year for me because it was the year I started martial arts. It was the year I kind of got my job with the company I'm with, not the company I'm with, in the field I'm in, and the year I kind of got. I was a spiritualist and always around things of the like and sort, but in 94 was when I had an experience in Gettysburg with my sensei that sort of like, shook me, and Oshawa, we still like you. Thank you, Petawawa. That's saying a lot, cat. Anyway, so I think, and I had seen what I thought was it looked like a lantern coming down the hill, right? Like we're in Gettysburg, and we're not in any of the popular spots in Gettysburg. And this lamp came down the hill. It wasn't dancing, it wasn't singing, it was just coming down the hill. So my sensei and I are sitting in the car, and all of a sudden it disappears, and then it's like a flintlock pistol went off inside the car. Scared shitless out of both of us. We both took off. Ninjutsu. So, from that point, it was like, I got to get a little further into this. In 2005, I formally made the team in Pembroke, and it expanded.
I mean, Gettysburg, like when we.
So you're cutting off the story of my life.
Yeah.
I have 7 kids. I have like 8 grandkids, or 8 about to be grandkids, and I'm pretty opinionated.
And not one of them is from me.
No. So, and just so the viewers know, Fiona will be getting married next July.
The lovely Brandon Rogers, who is showing
on there, my youngest, and I won't be getting married again.
Good to know.
So, you can imagine I'm actually a pretty tough person to be around with. So, I think one of the things I do also want to do with this podcast, unfortunately, is holy shit, is there a lot of podcasts out there? There's a billion paranormal podcasts. I went on Facebook last night because obviously, like, I'm going to have friends that are in the paranormal community, right? And dude, every single person that I know has a podcast. I'm actually even on somebody's podcast on the 12th.
Yeah, I saw that. Which is
fine. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm good for the gig, right? But there's literally 650 podcasts. It's good. My wife is happy to hear I'm not getting married again. Okay, well, you better delete her now. So I just want to know how we can make it different. Or is this going to stand the test of time, right? Like, so we plan on doing this every other Tuesday, 8 o'clock. That's our time. That's the slot we've been given. But what can we do to make it different? I think one of the major things I can do to make it different is that I'm not gonna kiss butt.
I think that'll definitely make it different. Yeah.
I hope it does, and that I'm going to speak pretty frankly, and I'll be honest with my answers. If I don't, I'm not gonna talk like somebody on TV where I know the answers.
Well, that's the thing. We don't claim to be the best at anything.
We're not. No.
Claim that we know.
I have an issue. Like, I've seen people as of late making comments like we are the most credible team.
Tattoo.
I think that's tough. That's a very, very, very. That's a bold statement. You know what? I've been at this 27 years, and I don't know any more than the person. I may have better methods or more organized methods, maybe.
Sure, but you don't.
But I'm not
glorify it all over the media. It's like toilet companies saying they're the leading competitor. Says who?
Yeah.
Who gave them that title?
they all wipe your bum. I mean, that's a single ply.
Yeah, you're right.
But you could have like 5-ply toilet paper.
That's some bougie shit.
Well, no, it's a comforter.
That's a comforter.
That's off your bed. So we're likely, if we talk about TV shows, I'll talk about, and that will be a topic, TV shows that have inspired us and made us sad. There are a lot of shows out there that make me sad, Zach, and there are other shows, So, if you guys have any open ideas for shows to do and guests to have, exactly. Be honest, don't sell out. Be honest, don't sell out, and be honest. Kat, you're a literary person, but somehow you managed to. Yeah. Yes, Robert. Zach. At least somebody caught that.
I did.
Okay, good. Not necessarily.
I wasn't sure if you meant to.
Look, I'm gonna give a caveat to the boys at GAC.
GAC.
Their first season, I really liked them. No. Shit negative here.
All right.
Okay, because they were like the original idea of the sequestered investigation. Yeah. There wasn't a camera crew, it wasn't a sound crew, it was 3 guys that had 3 handy cams. They went into a place, block. They were in there, and it was real reactions, right? And I like that. And then it became like, we're having festering mold all over the place. I better put on a face mask.
Yeah.
And every demon in the world is after me, which is like a few other guys. But there are some guys out there that I really, really enjoy. I don't watch them because I don't. I'm not at the point in time where I'm watching TV shows for training, right? I don't like. I think, you know what? Like, I don't go to train, or I don't go to investigate with other teams really to get training.
Yeah.
Often I do investigate with other teams, and I'm like, that's a really cool thing that they do.
Right.
Tell me more about that. That's totally fine. Or if, like, say we were at CPRI, I'll go talk to Robert about the angle that they're looking at that, because
Right.
they're looking at it like actual scientists, as opposed to me just being a schlep.
Yep.
Right. I like the Ghost Brothers. I love the Ghost Brothers. I don't watch them to learn. I just think they're as funny as hell.
Mhm.
And they also took a picture selfie in front of our banner at Ashmore Estates, just for a pump out there. Robin Terry is on our what's it called? Population.
Yes.
Okay. Go to Ashmore Estates, rent the damn place. We're gonna go back as soon as everything's fine. I will say too, going back to myself, that for the last couple of years, obviously, you've been seeing me doing podcasts, me being quite sick. And I can tell everybody out there right now that I've been back to work now for about 6 months. Look, I'm still kind of sick. Okay.
You're a lot better than
but
you
I'm a lot better than I was. I couldn't go 20 minutes without keeling over. So it's much better, and I can actually investigate now, and I can go to work now, right? So that's half the battle. And we're even talking about taking a trip this year. Unfortunately, we want to go back to New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, what happens if I buy a damn ticket and the borders close again?
Right.
So maybe that'll open that up, right? We've got a couple teams on here. I know we have a couple teams. How's COVID affected you guys? Like, it's shredded the stupid out of my team. It's done a couple things. One thing it's done is, people have, just lost interest, right? So they quit. 2, it's killed their own lives in many ways. So they can't do it anymore. So they quit. 3, you're just like so desensitized now with everything being so shitty that you're really not participating in anything. So all of a sudden, boom. Now we end up with like 6, 7 investigators. So we have a rebirth opportunity. That's great, right? But how do you get people going? I just, how's it made it with you guys? And let's have an open discussion now. What do you want us to do topics on? What do you want to ask us? And let's just talk about, the whole world's talking about COVID. The news is nothing but COVID. So we might as well talk about COVID. Fair enough. And which is exactly, yeah. And you know what the thing is like our team is completely here. Let's do our mission statement about everything integrity and all that kind of shit, which is what we do. We are all double and triple vaxxed on our team. And to be a member of CHAPS, you must be at least double vaxxed. And yes, we do have the checkers, and we'll check when we go into people's homes, and obviously take all public health measures that are required at the given point in time. So we do follow the word of the law. But you're right. I actually am starting to get, it's impossible to get, evidence sharing is fun, right? Like our team is spread out. So generally the primary shred goes through Sandy and I, and then we take the cuts, right? Like the what could be's, and we share those. I don't know. Yes, I do ask clients if they're vaxxed. Absolutely. I mean, it's not saying we won't do it, right? Because I mean, at this point in time, it's like getting your foot stuck in snow. Hey Pete, you're gonna get snow on your feet. Well, we're all gonna get it. Evidence is the easiest part for us. Well, yeah, because your whole team lives in one house. I mean, it is what it is. What about some topics, guys? Like, I'm trying to make it so that this damn show isn't like everybody else's show. Give me a topic. We do have some big stuff coming up. And like, if you go through my CHAPS email, which I'm not going to give you my email password to get into my CHAPS email. It is Dave at chapsparanormal.ca, but you're not allowed in. I do have some people from a few different places asking for investigations, so it is happening. But a lot of them, unfortunately, it comes down to a lot of, well, I've got an evil spirit in my house with red eyes and long hair in period dress, which to me, I've never understood that period dress thing, because to me, period dress was like track pants and chocolate bars.
Yep.
Right. So, they always have to top hats.
Sounds like something that
thin
would be on
person.
Supernatural.
So I generally, believe it or not, will respond and say, yeah, we can come help you, but I probably won't end up going up there. Yeah, John Zappis and haunted items. So we're talking about psychometry. All right. Do you know what? I've spoken to John a few times.
Robert says the paranormal and the public.
The paranormal and the public.
Correct.
Okay. The paranormal and the public. Now, you're saying like the people, the public, being paranormal? Explain that scientifically, Robert. Now is Ron saying that it's really slow because of COVID? We are really slow, or the show is really slow?
I think he was saying that it's slow because of COVID.
Oh, okay. See, I'm always looking into things like I'm being insulted. Ron's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
I've investigated with Ron, and I don't think he's
considering he said it right after you had asked. Yeah, COVID.
COVID.
Right after you had asked.
You didn't have to justify that, Ron. I knew.
He would have been up all night thinking about it, so you did have to say.
You know what, Kat? I'm certainly fortunate to have got a few connections, but it doesn't mean much. Unfortunately, even with the connections that I do have, like I'll tell you, a couple of years ago. Can I say the name Ben Hansen? Oh, I did. So we had an investigation where he was going to come and attend, and we were emailing back and forth for months about him coming to co-investigate. And unfortunately, what ends up happening with a lot of this stuff is agents and production houses, right? Remember that a lot of these people have contracts they've signed with, Big House Media, Large Ass Productions, those kind of people. And they basically have to be able to answer up for that. And this goes podcasts, being in books, all kinds of crap like that. So I know that some people have been stopped from coming on certain investigations in the past, even though they wanted to, because, or if we wanted them, we had to pay a certain amount of appearance fee, which I know in one person's, I'm trying to do it without like outing persons. I don't want to do that. Let's say their appearance fee is 15 grand and they lowered it to 2, which was just covering their own expenses, which was really nice, but I'm not paying $2,000 to have somebody on an investigation with me. Venus's. Oh, I was gonna get very foul. Venues charging huge prices. Oh, do you know what? Hey, I can absolutely. Let's talk about venues. Oh wow, that could be a whole show. One of the things, the public attitude toward paranormal teams' attitude toward public, especially with regards to TV. Okay, so that's your explanation. Okay, she'll have to remember that. I can't write all that down. I have a pencil. You don't have to write that down either. If I ask Robert, he'll do it. He'll say it. How about teams laying claim to places and verbally threatening other groups? Okay, so that's got a lot to do with the other topic that you just brought up, Kay, which was actual venues, right? Because there are venues out there that obviously charge ridiculous rates. Once they get popular, they charge more rates. And you're right, there are certainly certain places that other teams somehow get into agreement with the owners of those places that they are the team, right? Which is crap. Everybody can go everywhere as far as I'm concerned. I mean, look, I'm okay with paying a certain amount of money. There's some places that you pay for because of the fact that like a historical society owns them and they keep the upkeep, right? Like when we do West Virginia or Ashmore, we pay for it. But like if you've actually been to those locations, you'll understand that there's a dump load of money that go into these sort of places. Some places like I know that there's a theater close to us that was almost free. I think it was like $50 just so they could pay a guy to come in, pay us hourly while he comes in and keeps an eye on the place when you go in. And now they're about $700. And this is just a local place that doesn't really have much fame to it. And I know that like we're some places, unfortunately, one of the things is in Canada, you're paying almost like, first off, nothing that's abandoned stays in Canada. It gets whacked down. 2, in Canada, it's generally owned by Parks Canada, which means you're paying a Parks Canada fee. And if you film there, you have to pay a filming rights fee. So,
Dan, what do you mean by that? White bubble to the top. It's on
can
top.
you move your, wait. Can you move your white bubble to the top?
It's on top.
Of the comments.
I don't see
What
a
the
white-
fuck are you talking
I don't see a white bubble.
about? Dan, you have cataracts. That's the white bubble you're seeing.
No, I don't. We don't have it from our side.
It's got to be technical. So either Fiona screwed it up or Peter Wren screwed it up. It's not me. It's not me. So I'm just trying to decide in 2 weeks when we do this show again. I'm pleased with the amount of people that we've had between 12 and 16 people, and hopefully this will get.
Okay. Kay sees no.
Yeah,
bubble.
Kay doesn't see.
It's an
Your
orb.
it's an orb. Oh no. We're gonna have to think of what we're gonna do for our show in 2 weeks. You know what? I was very honest when I came into this and said, I'm gonna give this a couple months, 6 or 8 episodes. Because I don't want to compete with the people that are out there going, making cutesy little, I don't know what, there's some chick in the town next to us. I'm sorry, I'm making like horrible statements here. Some chick, a young lady. I don't want to offend. I don't give a fuck if I offend anybody. Anyway, so there's a young lady in the town next to us that's also a paranormal investigator. She's got like 100 trillion subscribers on YouTube, because she does paranormal videos where she goes into little places, little places, like haunted places the size of a pencil. She goes into places and she goes, ooh, ooh, and little pixies show up all around the place, and Pokemon and fucking Pikachu all over the place, and little ampersands and all. And she's got like 1 million people that watch her channel. Like, she's damn near retired. She's like 23. All right. And so I want to not have a show like that, but I do want to make $1 million doing this.
You gotta pick your battles then.
Look, if I could do the paranormal full time, I would. But then again, I wonder if I would get. And I shouldn't say that because I know that some of my employers watch this, but I really love my job. Just throwing that out there. But I would like to do the paranormal for sure full time. But I wonder if I would get bored of it.
I think if it's like your full life, I think at some point, because then it's no longer a hobby or like your lifestyle. It's a job at that point.
I already do get very frustrated with it because, obviously you run a team. Lots of people here run teams, and you guys get the beautiful drama upon drama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet if I looked at anybody except for Ron, because Ron, it's Ron, his wife, and his 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
So you can't fire anybody. Nobody can quit. They're all locked in. But like, say like somebody out there like Kay, I guarantee you, when you've had people that leave your team, you get that wonderful resignation letter, A, that your team will fall apart. B, that, I don't know, you did everything wrong. Anyway, I got 100 of those letters. I keep every single one of them. And at least once a year, I go over all of them. I'm talking about letters I got 15 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talking about how stupid of a team we are and whatever. And, I keep them. I hold a grudge.
Yeah.
Or so when they come back, I can go, because sometimes, a lot of times they come back and go, hey, I'd love to investigate again. And I'll forward them an email. Well, just remember, you said this in 2006. Because I'm petty. Yes. So, Ronnie, do you have any desire to expand your team? And Ron, you are going to be on an upcoming episode. You're good for that? I know Wes isn't on tonight, but I want Wes Coleman to be on. And I got to get Peter on. I got to get Kay on. I got to get everybody I know on. Right? That's important that you get like the ones you've had,
Mhm.
the ones you like,
Mhm.
and then a couple you don't like,
Mhm.
and then you start going into like celebrities, right? I'm gonna get like, I don't know who's a celebrity. I can't get Betty White on the show. Oh, I could though. If I was like the Constantinos back in the day, or whoever the putz was that went out and investigated after the Constantinos died, the day after he died,
Mhm.
they died. Like it was a murder suicide, right?
Mhm.
And went out and investigated the day after and got them on audio.
Oh, sure.
That's fantastic. Well, I was a big fan of Betty White. We need to do an EVP session for Betty White.
Sounds good.
Do you know how popular that would be? I would sing the Golden Girls theme song.
You get your millionaire right there.
Damn. So what we have to do to make the $1 million is lie.
Pretty much.
That's all we need to do is lie. There you go, guys. Lie. And that's how you do it. So that's about it. So like you guys, we'll give you open forum, a couple minutes here to talk, and then we'll end the stupid show. Because it's about 45 minutes. We said we would do a 45-minute show. That would be our average time. Relocating, moving to Chatham. Oh, well, you're going to be a lot further away.
Betty would put you in your place.
Fair enough. So are you for sure moving to Chatham, Ron? Boy, I won't be able to investigate as easily with you. Although we've done lots of investigations in Chatham or in Chatham. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And like I said, we're gonna do this every 2 weeks at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. I think the next one is
Osborne's want to believe it's on in 15.
oh, I don't know, Robert. You talked quite a bit. I think our next show is on the 15th. 15th.
Yeah.
February 15th will be our next show, and we'll put out the invites the week before. I want to see how many views this thing gets, where it goes.
Mhm.
And when I put it on, so it'll be on Spotify, it'll be on Anchor, it'll be on those other channels. CHAPS Paranormal, look it up on YouTube. I Want to Believe, look it up on YouTube. Go to our CHAPS Paranormal fan page on Facebook. Go to CHAPS Paranormal _ for the official Instagram account that Fiona runs. If you go to CHAPS Paranormal, just regular Instagram, CHAPS Paranormal, you'll get mine, which has got pictures of my dog and cat and stuff.
And we have a TikTok.
And we have a TikTok, which is
just CHAPS Paranormal.
just CHAPS Paranormal
You'll find
on
it.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? Which is what and there's a CHAPS Paranormal. Well, there was one on Twitter. I got hacked. So there's another one, but Twitter isn't a real place. Anyway. All right, guys. So that's enough yapping and introducing. Next time we're actually going to have topic matter. You have a wonderful night, and integrity above all. Be real. And now she's going to touch the end broadcast button. Fine. We're back. Okay, end the show.
Okay, bye.
Bye.